guys, on this video I'll be showing you the Mefa Dip Powder Starter Kit and the Azure Beauty Polygel Kit, and it's from the same people that reached out with the Net Plus portable nail drill. So if you want to see a video of that nail drill, I'll have it linked down below as well. So the first one we'll jump right into is the Azure Polygel Kit, and if you know me and you've watched my videos, you know that I'm a big fan of Azure gel polishes. So I'm excited to try out their polygel. And it comes with a nice little instruction manual to follow the step-by-steps to know how to properly do this. And then it does also come with their plastic forms, which I do show you how to use it on a little swatch stick. But if most of you guys know, I use these plastic forms with nail tips on the nails. Just makes my life a lot easier and it's faster. And then it does also come with a dual brush, which has a brush head on one side and the little spatula on the other side, which are my favorite to do polygel with, because it's just you just flip it around anytime you need to get polygel, and then when you need the brush you just flip it right around instead of having two brushes. And it does also come with a nice 180 grit file, and then it does come with the base and a top coat, and they're both Azure brand. I'm not sure if that's how you really pronounce the name, Azure or Azure, but let me tell you, this top coat and this base is awesome. I really like them a lot. I'm actually wearing them all the time. It is a good top coat and a good base coat. And this is one of their colors. It is in clear and they are sealed. So I did previously record this video before I moved out of state, so I do have a different nail set on, but I'll show you the video of me doing this hot pink nail set if you're interested in what I used, which is a deep dip nail set in regular color acrylic. So if you want to see that, I'll link it down below. And this is another nail set that I have. I have all the polished colors that I'm wearing down below. So first we're going to start off with the natural pink polygel, and I always dip the spatula part of the brush into alcohol just so that the polygel doesn't stick to the spatula, because that becomes a hot mess. And that is just such a pretty natural color pink. It's like in the nude shades. It's really pretty by itself, honestly. And I'm just cleaning the nail tips that I'm using because it had little hairs and stuff like that. Sometimes when you buy in a big bag, sometimes there's dust or particles or something, so you want to really cleanse it before you apply any product on them. And I'm just showing you how easily this pink works. Anytime that the liquid starts drying off your brush, you will feel it by how much polygel you're pulling off and how much it's moving and how sticky it's getting. So you just go back in and get more liquid if you feel that you need more liquid. And if you're interested in the nail tips, I will also have a link down below to where I got them from. And this is just such a pretty pink color. I did buy them in a big pack of, I think it was 200 pieces for $12 or so. So I'll link that below. You can find them cheaper at AliExpress as well, but I have no patience to receive those, so I wanted it soon. Now I'm trying out their bright white. Now the difference between this bright white polygel and others that I've tried, I did notice this is a lot more liquidy, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. Like when I was working with this, it felt more like gel than it did acrylic. So with the pink that I previously tried, it was a nice balance. So it stayed in its place. It moved around when I needed to. With this white one, I felt like it was just a lot more gel-like. So it was moving a lot more. So I had to make sure not to use too much liquid, or else it would literally be sliding off the nail tip. So that's just something to keep an eye out with this brand for this color. It is when you put it on the client's nails or on your nails, you'll probably just want to be a little bit more careful because you don't want it to run into the cuticle or on your sidewalls. Or if you press down and you're using a dual form, you don't want to press down too harsh because it'll probably bleed out from the sides and from the underneath. But it is a really nice white. Now we're getting into the light pink. This light pink is a very milky pink, so it's more of a baby pink color. And like I said, you always want to make sure you clean your nails and prep them right before you apply the polygel, but you would do the base coat first and then the polygel so that it really adheres to the nail. So I am going to be showing you the color. It is just a really, really, really light pink, almost more of a white, to be honest with you. In the camera, it looks a little more pink, but it kind of looks like strawberry milk. But this one's consistency was a little bit thicker than the white one, but not as thick as the first pink, as the natural pink. And I'm really thinking that it has to do with the pigment. Sometimes when you put too much pigment or too little pigment, it will have a lot to do with the consistency of a product. Just like for those of you that use white acrylic tends to be fast drying, or it dries faster, or it's a little bit harder to work with for long periods of time, simply because of all the pigment that is used in the white. So that might have something to do with the effect of why certain polygels are thicker consistency and some of them are a lot lighter consistency. But this pink is really nice. I'm sorry, I do stop at moments. I was actually listening to a TV show that I was watching that I'm so into. I love watching TV shows while I'm working on nails because it distracts me. It makes me feel like no one's watching me while I'm working, type of thing. Because if I'm just focused on the videos, I tend to pick and nick at every little thing I do, and I just prefer to work like no one's watching me and like I'm just doing my own little thing. Now I'm just cleansing them after I have put them in the lamp for 1 whole minute. Now I did do 30 seconds one way and I flipped them right over and then 30 seconds the other way. Now I'm just showing you I also got clear, and I just did not swatch the clear because it is just that clear. But I am going to actually top coat them. There's no need for this, especially with swatch sticks, because they already have like a nice shine to them. But I'm just showing you how much more shine you can get because of the top coat. It is such a shiny top coat. It is actually what I'm wearing on my nails right now. I really do like this top coat, and just in general, this brand, the Azure brand. I get my stuff mostly from AliExpress when it comes to polishes because I order in advance so that I am not impatiently waiting for them. But I will link down below. I think there's a specific seller that I buy from AliExpress that has that brand that has really nice pretty color polishes. They have this beautiful rose gold that I always go to. I am literally on my 3rd or 4th bottle this year. It is just such a pretty color. But this is how the colors came out with the top coat, and just how they would look with a really pretty top coat. They're really nice colors, and they are actually really nice to work with. The white one did give me a little bit more of a, I wouldn't say struggle, it was just a little bit more to work with. But they're really pretty colors. Usually you get a really translucent see-through pink, and I'm glad I didn't because those are more of a clear type. But now I'm showing you how to use a plastic form. If you do have these are pretty cool. These are supposed to save you time in filing the top and just give you the structure that you need to have a nice fitting nail. So I'm gonna use my nail tip, and I just clip the edges because I just want a nice square, maybe a little tapered in towards the edges of the nail. And I am just buffing the top and filing the sides because of the shape that I want. And I do buff or file the top because I want to make sure that the polygel does stick to this nail tip. It doesn't pop off half of the video through. So I also dehydrate the nail with alcohol before I go in with the polygel. And you can do a base coat if you really want it to stay on for a very, very long time on the nail tip as a swatch stick if you wanted to show your clients. But if you don't, you can just go right ahead. I put on the polygel. I did pick out this pink because it was the easiest for me to work with. It was just so smooth, and it's such a pretty color. It's in my color tones that I like. And I just put a little dot. Usually I'm not the greatest with measuring the polygel. I always over add, if that makes sense. But so this is what I realized. I realized you have to lift your lamp a little bit high. So when you put this on yourself or on a mannequin, you press down toward the center part just a little bit, get the cuticle area pushed down just a tiny bit, clean it off, and go right into the lamp. So you always want to clean off the cuticle and the sidewalls before you put it into the lamp. And then you just pop it right off. And as soon as I pop it off, I just go into filing. Now you do want to clean off the nail because anything that hardens in the lamp, you will have to sit there and file off, and it is a pain to file off, especially if you get it on a client's skin or on your skin. When it starts curing in the lamp, it starts to burn. So you just want to prevent that. Now I'm just top coating both sides to show you the end result, and this is a swatch stick, and it is really smooth. There's no bumps, no imperfections. It doesn't leave any harsh line by the cuticle area, so to show you that you can get a really nice cuticle smooth area using dual forms as well. Now we're getting into the dip kit, and this is a really cute little dip kit. It also comes with its own instructions. So in this kit I got quite a few things and 4 colors, which is pretty cool to look into different colors. And I am actually planning to do a video on explaining dip kits and why I do use different type of things, nail glue, regular acrylic powder, and all that stuff, because of the ingredients in the products and explaining what the ingredients are and all that. So if you want to see that, comment down below so I can definitely show you guys. But I did get a brush saver, I got a base, I got an activator, and I got a top coat. And then I did get 4 colors. This is a really pretty purple that I got. It's more of a dark purple. I got like a it seemed like a tan, a mauve pink, and like a blue. But once you like swatch, once you actually try all these colors, they come out a little bit different than they look. So this is the mauve pink, which is actually one of my favorites because I just love those kind of colors. And I will also be using a pipette. I think I'm saying that one right this time, but I like using those when it comes to dip. So I'm using the base, and I'm just putting it 3/4 of the nail. I don't really want it to be too thick by the cuticle, so I avoid the cuticle area, and I just suck in the powder, and I put the powder right on top of this, and I just dust off any extras, wait for it to fully dry, and once it dries, then I go in with my brush and I dust it off. So that is what I do with all my nails, whether it's a client or it's a practice hand. And now I'm going to do the entire nail. Now the only reason why I'm doing 2 coats and I'm doing it this way is because this is a swatch stick. If it was a client and they had this length of nails, I would definitely go in with more layers and I would work to get a nice apex. So it really depends on the length of the client's nails and their job and what they do and the shape that you would use for their nails. Now this is a really nice purple. This is more of the deep purple, and it becomes a little bit darker as it's applied. So it's really does change a little bit. And just FYI, you can use dip powders as acrylic with monomer with the blue liquid or purple or clear, whatever color you want to get your monomer in. You can definitely use that and do acrylic nail sets that way. Like I said, if I do that video explaining dip powders and all that, you will understand why you could do what you can do with these nail dip powders. But yeah, and if you don't agree with dip methods and you don't like dip nails, this part of the video is probably not gonna be your forte, which is totally fine. But I'm just showing you what I do when I do dip nails, either myself or my clients, and as well as just sharing the products that I receive from companies so that you guys can see if it's something that you would like to get, and if so, you at least get to see the review, the swatches, and not just commit right off the bat and see if it's for you. With this color, I thought it was more of a blue, but it actually it looks more of a gray blue type of vibe. So it's like a gray blue mauve type of color, which is pretty cool, almost like a jean-like type. But I am only explaining the colors and not saying names because unfortunately these dip powders did not come with names or any kind of labeling number to explain what they are or how to get them, but they do come in packs. So this kit that I am reviewing it comes in its own pack, so you'll know which one it is. Of course, I'll link it down below, but if you were to look on their website on Amazon, you will see different color schemes and you pick which one you want. They don't come with names or any kind of number labeling, but you can always label it yourself. Like I always label things with numbers and then swatch them, so when my clients pick a number, I know which color they want. And this is more of a taupey, a little grayscale with some purple tones in it. Like I said, it gets darker as I apply the base, the glue, and as soon as I top coat it and seal it, you will see that the powder doesn't really match the color, which does tend to happen a lot. And it also happens when you use monomer, when you use the liquid. with the powder, that also changes the color that it starts with in the pot. I am using the activator to activate it and harden it so that it's ready to be filed or buffed or anything I need to do. And once I do that, they fully dry, as you can see, and they are done. I did buff them a little bit just to get off any bumps or any imperfections. And now I am top coating it with the top coat, which if you look at the ingredients, it's not just a top coat, guys. So I'll get into that if you want me to do a video specifically on that. But I am top coating it twice. So the first top coat, I do the powder and everything that's in the nail tends to kind of drench and take in all that liquid that I put on top of the top coat. So you want to always go back in and do another top coat so that the second top coat becomes the nice glossy even shine. And you do want to work with it fast. You also don't want to work too close to the base coat and the top coat when it comes to dip nails, because the ingredient it's made out of, which is glue, tends to be harsh on the eyes. Now this is the final look. It's a nice pretty taupe purple brown type of nail. It's really pretty, and I am using the ring light. That is why you see that ring of light on the nails. And this is the one that was one of my favorite colors. It's a nice purple burgundy mauve pink. I know I'm saying like 3 colors in one, but that is how I'm explaining it. And this is a really nice purple. That's just it, a really nice purple. But this is nice for Halloween for sure. And this is a really nice blue taupey kind of gray. And it's actually a color that I'm really liking. I can see myself doing a fall nail set with this color. Something totally different than my regular colors that I always use. And that is the final part of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you like it. All the links will be down below. Thank you guys.